Good evening, my fellow totally sane exiles. Welcome to another Talkative Try live stream. Today we are planning for Dawn of the Hunt launch, which is tomorrow. We also have some brand new Huntress gameplay from ZiggyD we are going to watch in just a few minutes. I hope everyone is excited. I hope people have calmed down a bit after the initial tsunami of anger and confusion after the patch notes. Oh my goodness. That was something, wasn't it? That was unexpected from me. I didn't expect that large of an inferno, truly. But alas, that is what ended up happening. Hey, Bogus Sauce. Hey, Valatis. Hey, Garth. What's going on? Hey, Dixon. Hey, SSJ Bart. What's happening? I'm a bit out of the loop. Why were people angry? Because grinding gear games completely changed Path of Exile 2. They completely blew everything up. Things are crazy. The meta is not going to be anything like what it was before. And people are a little bit frightened of that. I am excited. Verdansk tonight, PoE tomorrow. I knew to come in like it was a new PoE 2, but that was massive. They weren't lying. It was a brand new PoE 2. Did you watch the new music song by Hog covering the Nerf Fest? I have not, but I will. Maybe not on stream though, because unfortunately, the songs usually get flagged for copyright, and I don't want anything happening. Hey, thank you, Lavenchi. I appreciate it. Yeah. Got a haircut for the big league start. I'm kind of excited to try to make my own build for a few days. Never done that before since guides are usually out. Awesome, man. Definitely need to make your own build. That is the way to go. I am also going to make my own build, and it's going to be a disaster. But I am going to have a bunch of fun. Okay, we are going to watch new Huntress gameplay. And we're going to watch it in 10 minutes. I'll give people some time to filter in. Here. Hey, Zoja. Don't do that, girl. I will kick you out. Don't make me kick you out, Zoja. I'll do it. Alright. There you go. We'll do it in like 15 minutes. Yeah, Lone Legionnaire. I'm live every single day this week. I'm here alone. I'm chilling with all of you. We're gonna have some fun, okay? Whoa, here Ward with the tier 1 for 4 months. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. Massive appreciation to you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I do think people are taking it a little bit too far with the doom and gloom. Yes! Yes! There are 2 things that I think people may be warranted over the with some anger about. 1, monsters still seem pretty busted. Do monsters not seem busted? Ooh, monsters still seem pretty strong. They seem pretty speedy. Monsters got massively buffed, okay? In a lot of ways. Stun and ailments and the like. And 2, we don't have any gem info. No damage info. Did you guys realize that? They didn't have any of that info in the patch notes. There was that one line at the beginning of the gem section saying, yeah, we're not including any of the gem info because it would be way too much to count. We know nothing about how things scale, what the damage is going to look like. They could have increased the damage of all the mace skills by 200%. Did they? Probably not. But it could have happened. They could have nerfed other damage skills by 90%. It could be crazy. We'll see. Yeah. We're going to watch the ZiggyD footage in a little bit. I took the day off work tomorrow as well. I need a day to enjoy myself in games. I'll be joining you on stream. Awesome. Yeah. We're gonna have fun tomorrow, stalling for quite some time. It'll be a long stream, guys. It'll be a super long YouTube stream. I think with the info we have, people are justified for the doom and gloom. It'll feel better than it looks currently. I don't think they're justified with the doom and gloom. Hey, 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 Soja. She's out. How early we starting tomorrow? I think we're gonna do, I don't know, 8, 9, or 10 o'clock. My time. Eastern time. So either 5, 6, or 7 hours before stream, or before the league launches. So it's gonna be a fun stalling stream. It would be super helpful if you could put out a video going over new ascendancies and what numbers we have all in over video. I mean, we need to test the ascendancies in game. I am not a numbers guy right now. I plan to be a numbers guy in the future, but the Dream Core did an excellent series of videos going over all the new ascendancies. Yes, the time it releases is on screen right now. Right here. It launches in 20 hours, 51 minutes, and 55 seconds. Hey, Guitar Holic, what's going on, man? What's happening? Happy haircut. I know. I got a haircut. I'm ready to go. Ready for league launch. Stop the glaze. You guys are crazy. I was a huge hater of how they presented all this information. Okay? I was. And now I like a part of it and we're back to the glaze fest. Oh my gosh. Yes, and I'm going to have at least a pod with the Huntress voice actress. How cool is that? Isn't that cool? I can't wait. Hey, Cena, what's going on? She said yes. Yeah, she said yes. So I gotta set up that. Where's the surfboard, bro? I don't know, bro. Yeah, she said yes. Very excited. No, it's coming out in 20 hours. I will be playing Huntress, and we will be looking at some brand new Huntress footage from ZiggyD that he got while he was playing the game in New Zealand. It's gonna be pretty fun. Pretty excited for it. What's your opinion on Poison Conch Pathfinder for starter build? Still okay? Even with 3 to 5 flash charges to poison? We have no idea, dude. We literally don't know. I think concoctions will be strong, though. Especially because you're not relying on any Jeweler's Orbs to level them up. Is everyone's game updating right now? Not that I know of. PoE 2 has been so much fun to play. I'm so excited. Frost Anima, you and me both. I don't even know what I'm going to play. Honestly, guys. Like, I'm going to play Huntress. But what? Blood build? Lightning? Fire? Fangs of Winter? Is there some poison stuff going on? Should I do a one-hit KO with the Solaris Spear? I have no idea what I'm going to end up doing, Exiles. No idea what I'm going to end up doing. Not a minion build. Nope. Can you choose between Huntress, Warrior, or Witch for my league start, please? You should go Warrior. Go Smith of Kitava. There you go. If you go Huntress, just know if you play trade, a lot of the stuff you'll want to buy will be uber expensive because a lot of people are going to play Huntress. Oh, bro, I'm going all in on Ice Huntress. I do too. Mate, you live and breathe PoE. You need to get your wife on an aura buff build for you? Oh, maybe. Maybe. We also have children, and I, you know, when I'm not doing this, I'm spending time with the fam, so, you know, doing stuff with my wife. We don't always want to play PoE or game, if you know what I mean. We want to do other stuff if the kids don't need to be watched, right? Not the D4 bad. Someone in GGG hate dogs. What did the poor Hellhound do? Yeah, that one's a little rough. Not gonna lie. The dog got gutted. Is the dog useful? Still? I don't know about that. It looks pretty bad. Am I crazy to think Minion Tactician could be a dark horse? Hippopotamus? No. I actually think Tactician's going to be pretty strong with Pin as well. Man, the way that all these ailments and stuff, yeah. I think it's going to be a lot stronger than I originally thought. Crossbows too. Crossbows received massive buffs. New haircut, shoot for real. That's right. Had to get ready for the big day. Tomorrow's going to be very fun. Wanted to make sure I was all nice and groomed, you know. Dog got gutted because new support gem does the same thing. Ah. People overpriced some of that stuff, in my opinion, especially low-level gear. Warrior was so depressing in point 1 talkative try. Never got good overall build in endgame. Well, Smithy of Kitava looks pretty strong, and we don't know the numerical buffs to gems. They could be really strong. We could be looking at a very powerful Mace era. Not Thorns. Not a Thorns build. No, bro. That's Kaltorak. Kaltorak is the master of Thorns. Hey, Zero Life Man. Thanks for the T1, dude. 4 months in a row. Thank you. You are an OG sub from the launch of PoE 2. I appreciate it, man. Keep up the good work. I will. I will. Did people like my videos? Or sorry, my video today? Did people watch my opinion? You know? I thought it was fun. I made it at 3 a.m. Differences between Warrior with Spear and Huntress with Spear come down to Ascendancies. Ascendancies in your spot in the passive skill tree. So, of course, the Huntress is well positioned to get to a lot of projectile nodes and more dex-focused nodes, whereas the Warrior is on the complete opposite side of the tree. So, yeah. You like the Bluey Dad shirt? Oh, well, thank you. I also like that shirt. I like it very much. I'm glad to hear others like it. Hey, Gamer Number, what's going on, dude? Hellhound is a cosmetic now? No way. It is not my gameplay. It's ZiggyD's gameplay. Mace can be buffed 4 patches in a row. It won't solve the real issue, which is its clunkiness, but what do I know? Well, they did decrease the amount of time it takes to do Rolling Slam. Oh, Visceral Sorrow, man. Thanks for the 1 gifted sub. Did you do that just to start a freaking hype train? Let's go. Huntress hype log in. We've got a hype train going. Oh my god. If you want to sub, you won't get ads on Twitch, by the way. And Sunder, yes, Sunder, -1, right? Am I zesty? No, I'm not zesty. Nope. After watching the ZiggyD vid, I think Tactician will be really good with companions. Ooh. Ooh, we got some companion action. Interesting. Live closed captions. I don't think we'll have live closed captions. I just want to run fast and throw spears. Well, maybe you go Deadeye, dude. Deadeye will probably be busted for this too. The changes to demon form make it actually viable. Wait, I thought demon form was gutted. Don't tell me it's viable. What? How many different classes did they say? How many different classes did they say would be at launch? There's no number now. The initial goal was 12, but now it doesn't matter. I have live subtitles right now. What? Really? Did YouTube add like AI generated subtitles? Really? That's crazy. I didn't know that. Did I cut my own hair? Are you insulting me? You really insulting me? Is it that bad? I thought it looks nice. I thought it looks pretty nice. Doesn't my hair look nice? Come on. Come on. Come on. No, I did not cut my own hair. They never said they wouldn't have all classes at launch. They said it's a possibility that they won't. In a relatively recent interview. I'm still hoping to get Druid. I keep my hopium up. There's no way we're getting Druids with the launch, guys. There's no way. YouTube adds AI subtitles live. Yeah, interesting. Oh, are you saying I'm clear enough that YouTube is generating subtitles? That's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. There, that's better. That's better. I'm not as tiny anymore. What's the new content? I am phonetically proficient. Hey, Neon Dragon 25, what's going on, dude? The 90s kid haircut? Is that what I have? Got the 90s kid haircut going on. You look like you would sing Scotty Doesn't Know, which is good. I do not know what Scotty Doesn't Know is. I'm trying to figure out buffs in PoE 2 based on icons. Yeah, I can't do that. PoE 2 will all be different, I'm thinking, like all of it. Yes, it will. PoE 2 will be completely different tomorrow.
Mad, Exile. Mad. And I love it.
Holy crap. Zero Life 71 with the 5 gifted subs, dude. Thank you, dude. You excited for the patch, Zero Life? Yes, I got a haircut. Oh my gosh. People are hyped about this haircut. Thank you, Ender. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the compliments on the haircut. I know it was getting really rough. This is new gameplay. Yep, he posted a part 2. The hair, my man, good stuff. What's going on, Doomass? How you doing, dude? Looked like me when I was 21 and still had hair. You're surprised how precise subs are. You're salivating? I'm also salivating. I need to like lick my lips and drink some. Oh my god, that's a lot of water. Can you... Nope, no, I'm wearing my pink hoodie today. But I got some new shorts. I can show them off on stream. They're not shorty shorts, so... They're not as bad as before. Do we get a new haircut for each league? That is actually funny, Ender. Because that's how I'm timing my haircuts. You are bang on. Very good work. All right. All right, we are going to turn on the new gameplay. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the subs. Thanks for the hype train, you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm going to just be streaming all day tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. We're also doing supporter pack giveaways tomorrow. Oh my gosh, damn Reaper, dude. Thanks for the membership. I appreciate it, man.
The prettiest piece makes the whole complete.
Thanks, Marek, for the 1 community gifted sub. Appreciate it, dude. Okay. You guys ready? All right. ZiggyD, Huey 2. All right. I'm going to go trade because I want to play with my friends a little bit, but I'm going to try to not trade as long as possible. We'll see how long I last. Last time, I lasted until I had to upgrade a weapon. Okay, guys. Here we are, brand new Huntress footage. I'm going to slam the like button already. And we are going in, Exiles. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. It is definitely not skin. My hoodie is not skin. I can confirm. Hoodie not skin.
Exotic gifts.
Oh my god, dudes. Reese Wolford, thank you so much for the prime. M3Z, thanks for the membership. Jesus, guys, thank you. Dudes, I appreciate you guys. I seriously do. You guys have no idea. I'm really trying to make a push with this stuff, and everything matters. It really makes a big difference. Thank you. All right, I'll shut up. Let's go in.
G'day folks, ZD here. Welcome back to part 2 of my hands-on look at the Huntress and Spear skills. If you missed part 1, it's linked in the description, so check it out first. Let's talk about the Amazon Ascendancy before we jump back into the skills. Let's take a look at some of the features here that I had a chance to have hands-on with this particular class. I took the Elemental Infusion.
Holy crap. Damn Reaper, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Okay, sorry. I had to stop the video.
Wise choice indeed.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Holy crap. What? Dudes. You rock, thank you.
Indeed.
A wise choice indeed. Let's put that in the corner there. Thank you.
A wise
All right.
choice indeed.
Here we go. And we are... Okay, so Elemental Infusion. This is on the Amazon. This is probably what I'm going to go.
Indeed.
All right, here we go.
Node in Act 2 and the Critical Strikes one in Act 3, both of which are going to be very popular choices, I think, and I'll share my experiences with them both. So the Elemental Infusion grants you the skill Infuse Weapon, which causes you to gain 2 stacks of an infusion whenever you consume charges. Power charges give cold infusions, endurance, fire infusions, and frenzy, lightning infusions. Whenever you make a projectile attack, an infusion...
I literally didn't know. I didn't realize that's how they worked. That's interesting. So if you want to scale like fire, you have to find a way to generate it. Oh my god. Okay, GGG. I see. You're cooking.
stack is used to add an extra moderately sized explosion when the projectile lands at its final destination. For my throw and spear skills, this was pretty consistently where they stuck into the ground. You'll want to keep this particular aspect in mind, that infusion's explosion isn't on hit. If you pierce and so on, it's going to be where the projectile ends up. So if you're using it with a bow or something, then you might find yourself shooting into walls if you have full piercing, so you'll need to consider whether it's a good choice for your skills or not. They deal attack damage scaling off your weapon with some pretty good base damage numbers, previews showing over 600% at level 20, and since it's a...
Wow, that's crazy. Now, did you guys see the leap? It barely does any damage. The leap doesn't... Is it pure escape, kind of like the escape shot? Or is it supposed to be used? It's supposed to be used to combo onto fields and like... Almost like Guild Wars 2.
Character skill, it just levels and gains sockets with your character level, which is always super convenient for something like this, especially for League starting. I was using a mixture of parry and disengage, Sniper's Mark for single target, and Combat Frenzy to produce frenzy charges, and I was consuming them with Explosive Spear and Stormlance primarily. That ended up being the build that I settled into.
Guys, this is cruel gameplay. Look how fast it is. It looks cool. It looks like it's engaging, but still pretty quick. Do you guys see that?
Towards the end of my run, this kept a pretty steady stream of lightning infusions coming my way. It felt quite good. But earlier on in the run, when I first got Infused Weapon, I didn't link any supports to it, and I wasn't really generating that many charges so frequently. So at the time, I kind of thought it was unimpactful and bad. It was just like a small extra pop on an already very explosive and flashy spear skill that I was using. So it was kind of hard to actually notice it doing anything, but later on I started using supports with it, and that obviously made a big difference. And the more frequent frenzy charges did mean that I had an almost constant supply of infuse.
I just want to see Jonathan doing hardcore solo self-on playthrough till Arbiter 4. It would be cool to see a developer play all the way through that. I think Mark Roberts, the other game director, does actually do that.
And then I started to notice it was doing a lot more. You can get a clearer look at what it looks like here in this testing that I'm doing with the basic spear throw skill. It's pretty solid at level 50-ish around here, with just like 3 somewhat random supports that I chucked onto it. It's a little bit bass guitar-ish, I think. It's going to be kind of happening in the background behind all of your other skill effects, but it's going to be that sort of thing that you probably only notice if you uninspect the node and stopped using it. So because you get 2 infusions
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm gonna do it. Fangs of Winter. Guys, that looks like such a just juicy skill. The stab, if you want to mix together melee and ranged, that's going to be my melee. Yeah, I already watched part 1. This is part 2.
per frenzy charge, and because they stack, you can feasibly get infusions pretty constantly during gameplay. This means the node infused avatar behind it is something you can take or leave depending on how your setup consumes and generates infusion to try and get yourself full uptime, which is probably going to be the goal for most builds. Possibly not every build will actually need this second notable, which is great. I feel like a lot of the time these are either mandatory or terrible, but this actually feels like it might be optional here depending on your setup. In the end, I was using the bullseye support for extra accuracy since it's an attack, so that works, and that was converted to a decent amount of crit chance with the critical strike ascendancy we'll talk about in a moment. That was giving me around 50% chance with no real crit scaling at this level, and this also worked well with like long shot support to lower the accuracy penalty at longer ranges and give more damage to the infusion explosions. I was also using Innovate here for a chance to give me the global lightning damage while clearing, which was up pretty often in dense areas, thanks to using exclusively frenzy charges and therefore lightning infusions. But these were basically just supports that I had lying around that weren't like good enough for my main skills. I had better supports on those already and those were full up. So that just kind of ended up here. But even just with those random eclectic collection, that worked quite well. But there's a likely way.
Dude, Ziggy looks like he's getting himself into a terrifying scenario. Oh my gosh. Poor Delwyn ignored again. Who's getting ignored? Hi, Lilvian. What's going on? Oh my.
Way better options that you can explore. Overall, I really like Infusion, and it'll be a solid clear speed boost and potentially even single target enhancement if you're getting Frenzy or pre-stacking the infusions before bosses. So the Critical Strike notable is certainly standing out to people as a core Amazon passive, and I'm here to say, yep, I think it's going to be a fundamental part of why you picked the Ascendancy. Thanks for attending my TED Talk. Normally accuracy caps out at 100%, and anything over that doesn't just do anything, so it's kind of wasted. This notable, however, converts any accuracy over that 100% to critical strike chance. It's worded like it's base crit, the devs suggested it's base crit, and to me, it looks like base crit. It quacks like a duck. When I took the node, I went from about 6% on my skills to 16 to 32% extra crit chance from that hit chance. It's got its own special line there. Now remember that accuracy scales with the distance between you and the target, and you can actually see that now with the below 2 meters, which is the max I believe, it's estimated at 132% hit chance, and then beyond that, at 9 meters, it's 116%. So you can see exactly where that range comes from, that 16 to 32 figure. Interestingly, it seems to be separate lines to the base crit chance. I thought it would just kind of be added on top. So it looks like the 6% base is probably still there doing its own thing, and then this is like added on afterwards, after it's calculated on hitting the monster, and that kind of makes sense because it needs to take into account the monster's evasion and distance from you. I kind of figured with how much crit you're getting here and the fact that it's a separate line that it would be unscalable, but looking at my crit chance later on the infusion screen, you can see the range of my crit chance is 42 to 56%, which is much higher than the 130 to 140% accuracy that I have. So there's obviously some kind of scaling going on there. That's what it's suggesting at least. Don't take it as full confirmation.
Guys, does this seem like a bug? Guys, this, I don't know. That seems pretty busted.
Just hypothetical, but the evidence looks to be there. We'll need some more testing and dev comments just to know for sure how all of this crit stuff scales together. But either way, I think this is insanely good. Giving you accuracy as an axis for scaling, crit is big for gearing and passives. All of a sudden, those wasted extra accuracy rings and things like that are actually doing something. There's a lot of places to get that as well, and there's a lot of good nodes that you might have not really looked at before because you didn't need any more accuracy, but now they're like really good crit nodes. And that lets you free up a lot of space to invest in crit damage, of course, as well. And since nodes like Falcon Dive exists, you can scale attack speed at the same time too. And there's potentially room for dex stacking since that gives accuracy, especially if something like Hand of Wisdom in action is still any good. And don't forget about Falcon Technique too, which scales dexterity, so they're kind of scaling the same thing at the same time there. And overall, this was actually impactful right from the get-go when I took it as a leveling node. Usually crit chance is something that's harder to get enough of while leveling for it to be impactful, but you get such a substantial amount here that I actually felt it while leveling, which is my like benchmark for a good fun notable. I want to feel it while leveling when I take it, and that is definitely the case here in the campaign. I won't comment on the rest of the Ascendancy because I didn't explicitly test them, but these are the ones I had hands on, and both infusion and accuracy crit are looking really solid to me.
What do you mean? This looks so... I originally had a section here on Primal Strikes, but the skill was redesigned, so it has been cut not to mislead. It looks so cool. Is it still in the game? Look how cool that looked. Oh, that looks so
Next up,
good.
Blood Hunt is a pretty wicked melee attack that lunges you at a target. It interacts with the blood loss mechanic I covered in the last video for Herald of Blood. So if the target has suffered blood loss, it's consumed, and 25% of that total bleed damage is dealt as a non-scalable physical damage explosion. The area of effect of the explosion also scales up to 100% larger, depending on the amount of blood loss that they've suffered. This is a pretty great payoff skill, I think, here, and kind of a big deal for bleed builds to have something like this. It's a way to effectively trigger the bleed again for an instant damage spike, and the fact that they've built it around this blood loss mechanic instead of like triggering an existing bleed to speed it up or something, which is usually how these sorts of things are done. This is, I think, way better. It's the sum total of bleeds that you've done to the target up to that point that as this like separate blood loss mechanic is so good. It'll be a great skill to have on your bleed build when like an enemy or pack needs to die like right now. I need to get rid of them because you can pop it and not have to wait for that dot, which is obviously often a weakness of damage over time builds, that they can be in danger while they wait for something to die. You can speed things along. And of course, it's obviously really important for helping single target in bleed setups too. I did start a bleed focused second run, but I didn't have enough time to get to a high level on that. I only got a brief look at it. I didn't get to test it in a real scenario.
It looks extremely cool.
Mechanics, the numbers, everything about it looks very appealing to me. And I think it's just exactly the sort of thing that bleed builds want. It's almost a way to trigger Herald of Blood style effect earlier without needing to kill them, and it also works on bosses, which Herald of Blood obviously doesn't really. So as this is a payoff for bleed and doesn't need to actually cause bleeds itself, you can use the blood loss support to scale its damage nicely. The new Blood in the Eyes support as well should be a pretty interesting option here on Amazons, because Hobble as a mechanic lowers evasion, effectively allowing you to scale your crit chance further. If the enemy's evasion is lower,
okay, this is new. Yeah.
Hit chance is higher, and thus your crit is higher with that node. So that'd be pretty nice for boosting your damage for your next bleed and then the next blood hunt after it. And don't forget the new Rip and Tear supports as well, which seem like a good pairing with this, if you're using it primarily for clearing at least, give you some big life recovery scaling. Now, just a quick note that Glacial Lance wasn't working in the build that I played. It's an Ice Thrown Spear skill, but it's got the wrong icon and it wasn't really playable, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. I can't give you any look at that one. The only other ice skill is Fangs of Frost, and having that free...
There's an icy throw spear. Oh my god. Oh, please be good. Oh, baby. Oh, give me Fangs of Frost with Glacial Lance. Yes. I might go Ice is on? Hold is on? What do you guys think? Hey, Lil, what's going on? Hey, Uncut.
Freeze is really useful for combat frenzies, for generating frenzy charges, so having a ranged option to do that could be really good, but we'll have to wait and see what the skill does. I know nothing about it. Sniper's Mark obviously isn't a new skill, but it's the other option on gem level 7 skills here, and it's quite relevant as a way to generate frenzy charges on bosses on demand without needing to parry. So that's pretty helpful for your damage output. You drop a mark on them, causing the next crit you deal to get some extra decent bonus damage to critical hit damage, which is either good or not that important, depending on the skill you're doing. If you just hit them with a small hit,
what are these
shards?
shards?
You're not really going to get much damage in the end. But more importantly, really, is the fact that the mark is consumed when you crit the target to give you a frenzy charge, so that you can do your empowered spear throw and generate infusions and all of that good stuff. The perfusion support gives you a chance at an extra charge too, so it's obviously a good pairing here. And Sniper's Mark, like all marks, is pretty mana hungry, so you will have to restrain yourself from spamming it too much, which is really what this skill wants you to do. I used Inspiration to help a little bit, lower those mana costs. With the Frenetic passive from the skill tree and the perfusion support, I was able to get pretty consistent frenzy charges in boss fights with this, with just recasting Sniper's Mark every so often between volleys of thrown spears. It's not really something you have to do, but it is a pretty nice boost to your damage to weave in there.
Look out below!
On to gem level 9. The first skill we're taking a look at here is Thunderous Leap, a very satisfying movement skill akin to Leap Slam. It doesn't seem to be quite as fast as Leap Slam, and I couldn't really animation cancel the landing like you can with it to speed it up, but still overall combined with dodge roll and disengage, this...
What if you can no longer animation cancel the Leap Slam and you just... Oh, baby. Ooh. It also shows the type of monster. Is that something that's new, guys? Am I crazy? Humanoid, right? I saw the beast ones. I thought it would only be for beasts, but I guess it's for everything. That's really curious. It's new. It's new. It is new. Definitely new. Okay.
Skill gives you a ton of mobility, and of course, the most important feature, the ability to jump over gaps and ledges. Apart from lightning conversion, this skill does one other important thing. It's a detonator. So, you can use it to jump on your storm lancers, explosive spears, and the rapid assault stuck spears to explode them. And that is super satisfying. Because it's a slam too, you can use Fist of War for 20% more damage in AoE, which makes it even more satisfying to leap in and blow up a bunch of spears. Really, it's just such a nice thing that they threw into this archetype to be able to, you know, you've thrown those ranged spears, they're just sitting there, instead of waiting for them to explode, you jump in and do melee damage, and that explodes them, and that feels very epic. I think every spear build will use this either for mobility, for blowing up thrown spears, even bleed builds as a way to detonate those stuck spearheads, and there's just so much utility for skills like this too, like
that's
shocking
a huge
leap for shock
leap.
Ground, jagged ground to slow enemies, or holy descent for consecrated ground to heal you. I personally will never not use this skill on a spear build. So Bloodhound's Mark is a new mark skill for, you guessed it, bleed builds. Pretty obvious. This one's pretty different. It causes the marked target to gain heavy stun build-up from blood loss. I don't think we've ever seen a damage over time.
Mark a target, making them suffer heavy stun buildup from blood loss, so bleed. They suffer enough blood loss while marked. The mark is consumed and they will release an explosion of blood when killed or heavy stunned. The mark duration doesn't tick while the marked target is suffering blood loss. Wow. That's pretty cool. Hey, Benny Mario, what's going on? Have I seen the nerf video? No. Maybe not. Maybe not. That's pretty cool. I like Bloodhound's Mark. I read it for you guys.
Contributes to stun build-up effect like this before, and that's pretty cool for bossing or for dealing with nasty rares. The second part of the skill is that when the marked target dies or gets heavy stunned, there's a bleed explosion, much like Herald of Blood or Blood Hunt, with a little bit of a twist. The explosion deals its own base physical damage as an attack in an area, and it doesn't scale with your weapon. It gains up to 100% more area and damage based on specifically how much heavy stun has been caused by blood loss specifically. So the more you're focused on bleeds, the chunkier it's going to be. Fortunately, Bloodhound's Mark doesn't compete with Blood Hunt and Herald of Blood though, in that it doesn't consume the blood loss. That's really key here. Only the mark itself is consumed, and the damage from Bloodhound's Mark is its own independent thing. That means it can stack with those other effects. The explosion seems like, to me, a bit of a bonus aspect of it. You can scale it with supports and things like that, but I think the real allure of this gem is enabling stun on a build that's primarily focused on damage over time, something that you wouldn't normally get. And getting a heavy stun is, of course, how you can make use of the Rupture support to aggravate bleeds, which is essential for bleed DPS. After all, a heavy stun target is sitting still and not moving around, so they're not taking that bonus damage, so you'd kind of...
Look at it, shows the new type of stun buildup. That's pretty cool. What's going on, Dead Rabbit? I'm not going to watch new music videos on stream, you guys, tonight. Not going to do it. Sorry. I'll watch it off stream. I just don't want to get any copyright stuff going on.
Be like doing yourself a disservice there, but thankfully that support exists. I think Rupture would be amazing on Bloodhound Marks itself, since it will hit the heavy stunned enemy with the explosion, so it should work. We'd need to make it just double sure with a bit of testing, but that seems like it would work. The final new level 9 gem here is Tame Beast. A pretty significant one
yeah, baby.
For a lot of different builds potentially here. This technically isn't a spear skill, just kind of themed to the Huntress, but anyone can use it. It has some awesome utility potential as it lets you choose a rare beast type monster and basically put it in a Pokeball. The gem you cut itself is actually Tame Beast, which gives you a skill to hinder a beast. Then if you kill that hindered beast, the gem is converted into a companion gem with that beast permanently locked inside it. These stored beasts can be stashed and swapped around whenever you want, but there is one unique restriction here. They cannot be traded to other players, and that's a massive relief because otherwise the economically correct decision would be to always have like a bunch of tame beast gems in your inventory to catch any valuable beasts you run across to sell, and that'd be fun for a minute, but
Hey, Onyx Mugen, thank you so much for the prime, dude. I'm gonna try this gem. That's so cool. Monster modifiers, lightning mirage when hit, trail of lightning, energy shield aura, extra crits. Dudes, that's so cool. Oh, I'm gonna use this.
but it'd very quickly get old. Anyway, the now tamed beast is a spirit skill with a percentage spirit cost based on some kind of math about how significant that specific beast is. Presumably, bigger, stronger beasts take more spirit and little grubs take less, but I don't really know how things like aura is affected in. What exactly scales that number? Something people will figure out over time. Activating the beast summons it, and the great news here is that if it dies, it revives automatically after a few seconds. I'm so glad we're...
Dudes, I am so gonna use this. Oh, I get to have a quadrillic companion, guys. Oh, I'm excited. I wonder what all counts as beasts. How many modifiers can a rare monster have in total? 5 or 6? Hey, Commander Strider, thanks for the prime, dude. 2 months. Thank you. I was going to go blacksmith, but I think Huntress does more for how I want to play than Warrior does. Guys, yeah. Huntress looks cool. I want to try at least 2 different characters to endgame this league, at least. Last league, I only got 1 to endgame. I want to try to get 2. I feel like I know the campaign a lot better. I feel like I'm going to be a lot speedier. You know, I took in all the dialogue last time. We'll see how I go. What about a Triceratop Capute? I mean, I wouldn't say no to that.
We're over the like resummoning golems meta, and we just have these things just auto summon now. One of my favorite changes about minions and companions and things in PoE2. You can see the beast's type and the modifiers on the gem itself, and any core skills and bonus rare modifier effects are all able to be used to your benefit from the beast. I was testing this pretty early on this build, so they were actively working to get the, I don't know, like hundreds or thousands of monster skills and effects to just work for the player and not like accidentally kill them or do other random stuff. So not everything I tested during this hands-on worked. Like I got a monster that had energy shield aura and it wasn't working, but energy shield auras will work. The first beast I got was this cute roly-poly, and since the aura wasn't working yet, I gave it some pats and I sent it on its way after a little while. And I found a walking fish with shocked ground skill that did work. This was really cool for wind skills because it was an easy activator for that bonus added lightning damage, and it had a fair amount of uptime. And since you can support these companions, you can put things like increased area of effect or the ingenuity support to scale uptime of skills like this. And, you know, their coverage and all that. I used this little fishy bro for quite a long time, and I was pretty happy with him tagging along to shock enemies, just doing his job. Much later on, I tested a beast that had a healing pulse, and I was really impressed with how much healing it did. It was like a really powerful flask effect, and it happened pretty often. That pulse also suppresses enemy healing too, so it'll deal with any like regens and annoying stuff like that. And of course, you can reduce the cooldown and things like that on it too. So as this is a companion, which is a new type of minion effectively, you're limited to just 1 companion, so 1 tamed beast.
Oh my
and
gosh.
You will also...
Dude, that was strong. Guys, that was awesome. Wow.
I have to choose between this or the rower, as that's also a companion, the rower mount, unless that is you pick up the new trusted kinship keystone that lets you have 1 of each. I didn't get to test the rower sadly, as it was a bit higher level in a spirit gem, so I couldn't just get my hands on one. It could be a little bit tricky for a while there. That keystone does come with a defensive downside, but that's probably because of things like the new loyalty companion support skill that shifts 10% of the damage you take to your companion, so that's really nice as well, along with just like the utility of companions, I suppose. So I don't know how worth it that keystone will be. 30% loss of evasion is not great, but we'll see what sort of utility these 2 things bring, and if you just can't live without a rower and a tamed
my head
beast,
is in the way.
then you may well want to pick that one up.
It was fast healing. I'll just trust me. Trust me, the healing aura was actually quick.
Tame Beast overall is frankly nuts. I can't believe the work GGG has made for themselves with this and Spectres to just test and tune every single monster ability and rare modifier and all that. There's just like a...
That is a lot of technical debt. He's totally right on that. the amount of extra work that must go into every new monster. Because you can tame them all as players. Oh my god.
Limitless amount of options for beast companions and rare modifiers here. And I've only really been thinking
Hold
about
on
things
to
like
your butts.
utility, like auras and ground effects and
Hey.
healing pulses.
Hey, Hippocrates, thanks so much for the 10 bucks to super chat. Trying not to see any spoilers, so not sticking around. You're a smart dude. Thanks for the videos. I do appreciate what you bring to the community. 100%, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a fun league launch. Going in blind, hey, that's the best way. The second best way is watching my stream tomorrow. Wink, wink.
I'm not sure if there's also going to be some decent damage potential with these things too, or other status effects that can be done by certain specific creatures that do something that does something we don't ever even thought about up to this point. It's going to be a fun experience of looking at all of the beasts you encounter and just being like, I wonder if that's going to be something I should get. There's also plenty of support on the tree to scale them and a damage cluster.
Look, there's companion nodes right there. On the right side of the tree, somebody just said, Sushi Leaf. Look, Sushi Leaf. Look.
Down in the Huntress area even lets you scale both.
Kira Kitsune. Well, at least they don't need to worry about bosses with that tech debt. Here's the thing. How cool would it be for a unique item to come into the game that allows you to specter a boss? How cool would that be? Oh, man. Come on, GGG. Make it happen.
Both your companion damage and yours with the same nodes, reminiscent of the minion damage notable from PoE 1. And to be honest, this looks good even without a companion for like those, those builds that have damage types that are a little bit harder to scale, like bleed and poison. On the topic of spirit skills, Caltrops is a spirit skill that drops 3 Caltrops whenever you dodge roll. They deal a little bit of physical damage and main
Yeah, this is video number 2.
on hit. I was a bit disappointed though to find out that they don't work with disengage. I know disengage isn't.
Yo, Medic510, thanks for the T1, dude. Hey, yo, appreciate it.
Dodge roll, but it kind of works in much the same way, and I half hoped that it would. Disengage Caltrops would have been really fun, and maybe want to use this a bit more. It's a pretty low impact skill, to be honest. Maim is just easy to get elsewhere. Even just like the maiming strike notable in the Huntress area is like right there on the main path, and it's kind of good for damage anyway. It does have some cute details, like the damage scales with thorn scaling, and since they're a projectile, I guess you could use scattershot, which I didn't think to test at the time. And if you're scaling hazards for a spearfield build, then there's some synergy there, but overall I only really see this getting some niche use for the just trade-off of using this instead of another spirit skill.
Rake Blood Herald is Ice Strike Meta Monk 2.0. You heard it here first. It looks pretty busted, Medic.
There's other better options for most builds, right? I like the idea, but it seems kind of hard to justify, I think, in most builds, unless there's some like nice utility from certain supports or items that I'm missing. I'll probably look like an idiot when it's discovered that there's some super easy giga-busted combination here that everyone ends up using. Prove me wrong. On to level 11 gems, the first of the 2 level 11s, we have our Elemental Sundering, which is a build-around elemental attack designed to detonate, freeze, ignite, and shock on enemies or corpses. Just a note, this gem was a bit unfinished here, playable, but it was missing effects and such, so we'll only take a brief look at it. The skill does no damage with the initial pulse, but the pulse detonates any statuses in the area, basically. The explosion damage ranges from very high.
What is this skill? This skill is insane. You cannot specter bosses to start now. Or at all, no. Hey, Robbie Tussin 07. Thank you for the T1, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Elemental Sundering. Plunge your spear into the ground to emit a pulse that consumes freeze, shock, and ignite on nearby enemies, allies, and corpses. The pulse itself deals no damage, but each ailment consumed causes an explosion of the corresponding damage type, and it's not finished yet, so we can't see it. Interesting. Interesting.
But it was missing effects and such, so we'll only take a brief look at it. The skill does no damage with the initial pulse, but the pulse detonates any statuses in the area, basically. The explosion damage ranges from very high on frozen enemies to lower on the shocked and ignited ones, since you know, those are easier to apply ultimately. Ground effects do work with this as well, so you can detonate them, or more specifically, like a shock ground, the shock that it applies to an enemy can be detonated. And that shock ground, if it's still there, will just reapply that after a short delay. The real potential for this one seems to be if you have some nice like proliferation style effects or lots of lingering ignites and such on corpses, so that you can get a lot of overlapping explosions to blast down rares and big packs. But it's kind of hard to judge how good this one's going to be. The use case is a bit unusual in that it requires you to apply ailments to many enemies to do much.
Look,
with
Ziggy's
it. And in most
chunking
cases,
the Rust
if you're
King.
doing that, the enemies are going to be dead. And unless there's a bunch of enemies in that same place, and then you can
Not
detonate
anymore.
the corpses, you're not really going to need to use it a lot of the time, which was ultimately the case for me while leveling. But I'm not ready to write this skill off, as I think there will be some strong uses for it. It seems like one of those skills that someone's going to figure out how to break the game with. The other level 11 skill is Whirlwind Lance, which is a thrown spear that creates whirlwinds. Same as Whirling Slash. Whirlwinds are kind of their own.
Okay, this looks way cooler than the Twisters. Apollo, the Demon TV, did you see the new patch notes update? No, I haven't. I'll take a look after this.
Hold on to your
Those
butts.
look awesome. Dad-O-Matica, one dad to another. Thanks for the honest content. Oh, appreciate it, man. Hope you and your kids are doing well, dude. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Separate second.
I miss my kids. They've been gone for like 5 days. I miss them dearly. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the $2, man.
Secondary skill effect, and this creates them too. The lance is a simple but somewhat hard-hitting spear throw. If it kills something, it creates a stage 3 whirlwind straight up, normally just stage 1. And it'll also consume a frenzy charge if able to create a stage 3 whirlwind. So you've got 2 ways of doing that there. A big difference between this and Whirling Slash, besides being a ranged attack, is that you can throw and boost whirlwinds up stages still, but you can also create up to 5 separate whirlwinds in different locations if you position them far enough away from each other. The whirlwinds work a little differently here too. These whirlwinds collapse and explode, not when you leave them, since you're not even in them to begin with, but when you actually enter them for the first time. So you can place them and then dash in, maybe for a melee attack or something, to explode them. It's the opposite of Whirling.
So it encourages you to jump into melee range. Oh, this is better. I like this one way better. Oh, baby. That's cool.
Slash, which detonates when you leave them. It seems like both Barrage and Scattershot could work with this, but I didn't get a chance to test this skill too much. I'm guessing it means that if you threw 3 spears or if you barraged, you would be effectively always creating stage 3 whirlwinds, which could be good. Overall, it's kind of a tough skill to judge. It seems like it has pretty good potential, and you can of course use it as a combo piece to create whirlwinds to empower your twisters at range, which might be the primary use case maybe. Level 12 skills are typically the big cooldown or payoff finisher style skills, and that's certainly the case here. The first is Wind Serpent's Fury. It's the only melee spear attack I believe that uses frenzy charges. The rest are all ranged attacks. On use, it thrusts your spear forwards and consumes all frenzy charges to create a twisting wind serpent per frenzy charge consumed. The thrust itself is a slow but pretty heavy hitting.
Jeez, he's missing it. Oh god, did you guys see that? Oh no. Oh.
Wind serpent per frenzy charge consumed. The thrust itself is a slow but pretty heavy hitting attack with built-in knockback, and each serpent also hits and knocks back enemies as well, with increased distance against unique enemies, which is kind of necessary as often unique enemies are just not very pushable. This skill is designed to push things that you can't normally push. If you do manage to push a smaller enemy into a bigger one, or any enemy into a wall, then the skill also creates a shockwave that deals extra damage in an area. And I imagine scaling, knockback range, and things like that are probably going to be where this skill starts to really shine, especially in tight maps where you can get a lot of enemies to kind of just smash into each other and then smash into a wall for a whole bunch of shockwaves. Probably going to be very satisfying. It's really hard to see the potential here from just the footage of me testing it briefly, but I think in, you know, the right build, that especially something that's able to generate frenzy charges consistently, we're going to see, like, I don't know, builds one-shotting bosses with this by just bullying them into a wall. Since this has no cooldown, you can probably use it really often as well. So as long as you can just keep those frenzy charges going, you can keep blasting snakes all over the map. It's likely very much a build-around skill, and probably a pretty good one, I suspect. Spear of Solaris is the final skill, and it certainly stands out. Quite delightfully over the top indeed. Spear of Solaris is a 30-second cooldown, sustained AoE projectile skill.
Holy, I mean, it looks so freaking cool. Fight me on that. Does that not look amazingly cool? I mean, how strong is it going to be? But it looks super cool.
Spear of Solaris is the final skill, and it certainly stands out. Quite delightfully over the top indeed. Spear of Solaris is a 30-second cooldown, sustained AoE projectile skill. You throw a spear into the air while jumping backwards, and after a moment the spear lands for a heavy hit of damage that cannot be evaded. Then a big old orbital beam from the sun fires down and pulses fire damage rapidly for 4 seconds. It also drops expanding Burning Ground with pretty high damage that gets stronger over time until it peaks right before expiring. So you can't add projectiles to do shenanigans with that.
Oh, he's fire resistant. He's fire resistant. Oh my god. I was gonna say, dude, that was some crap damage, but it's a fire skill, fire resistant. Hey, Paladin Might, what's going on, man? PKs, what's happening? Yeah, they definitely chopped off my hair too. They just couldn't help themselves.
Firing. So you can't add projectiles to do shenanigans with that. And it also doesn't have a duration tag, so you can't kind of extend the duration of the beam. But as it is a cooldown skill, you can indeed use the second wind support to get down 2 of them for the trade-off of a longer cooldown, which I think is kind of a non-issue here, because if your plan is only really to use this at the start of a boss fight or something, then that's a pretty good choice. While it doesn't have a duration tag, the Burning Ground should still be supportable with Despoiler, I suspect. That'll need testing, and it's got some pretty big damage on that Burning Ground, so it could really be worth it to have that stick around for longer. Generally speaking, with big cooldown skills like this, the question is always just whether you want to dedicate the skill slot and the supports that could go elsewhere to something that you can't use constantly. It's hard to say. I didn't feel like it was too worthwhile during leveling, and I had a lot of skills competing for my attention on the Huntress and on the spears in general, but it's got some really big numbers, so I'm sure it'll see some use in endgame. Honestly, its biggest downside is that it's just a bit too epic. You can't really see anything when you use it, especially if you use 2 of them. I have no idea what the boss is doing when it's getting beamed. So that's the skill overview done. I hope you enjoyed these early looks at the Huntress and the spear skills and mechanics. While not all of the skills clicked with me, many of them did, and really importantly, the fundamentals like parry, disengage, thunderous leap, and that whole melee range mix just felt really good to me. The Huntress and spears are a complex playstyle with lots of possible interactions to explore. You could honestly spend a season just messing with builds in this one archetype. I loved the explosive spear and storm lance combination for elemental, and the bleed skills felt really fun in general. I do really hope that bleed comes together, because I know the damage type as a whole had a lot of issues in 0.1, but hopefully here with a fair bit more support, it'll be worthwhile now, because that bleed playstyle is really appealing to me, and I want those skills to be good because they feel and look really good. I think the safest choice is going to be the elemental approach with wind skills or frenzy spear throws, so I don't think you can go wrong with either of those if those look appealing to you. And Amazon overall as a class is really flexible because it's going to work with both elemental and bleed setups just fine. That crit scaling is a really good choice for those. I haven't decided which route I'll go with. Maybe after the patch notes, I'll see if bleed looks like it's going to be good enough as a whole, because those skills and that playstyle seem the most fun and dynamic to me. I'm just a little bit concerned about single target, but AoE clear is obviously going to be fine with Herald of Blood and Rake. Anyway, I'll try and do some leveling theorycraft guides maybe if I have some time after these videos, or something after launch, either way. But that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.
Let's go. All right, here's the video, you guys. If you want to watch it yourself, ZiggyD did us all a solid. And he's helping us stall, which is beautiful. There it is. Thank you, Ziggy. Oh my. Ziggy saving us. Truly. Okay, you guys. Let's see. Somebody said that there were changes to the patch notes. Is this true? I'm pulling it up right now, guys. Pulling it up right now. Is this a Rickroll? Okay, here we go. Changed notes. All right. Sorry, chat's gonna go over here for a little bit. Here we go. Okay. Change notes 4/3/2025. Yeah, Ingenuity. I saw all these. Ingenuity got double nerfed. Oh, I haven't seen these. Ripwire Ballista Bolts now pins enemies as though dealing 400%, previously 250. Ripwire Ballista Bolts now pins enemies as though dealing 600%. Big buff. Big buff. Giant buffs. Okay. Okay. Shock chain arrows can now chain up to 8 meters away, previously 4. Shock chain arrows can now chain up to 8 meters away, previously 4. Shockwaves now also hit the monster from which the shockwave originated. Oh, another buff. Double buff, guys. Okay, old. Considered casting now has a 115% cost multiplier, previously 100%. Oh, that's old. Considered casting now has 115% cost multiplier, previously 100, and causes supported skills to deal 35% more damage, previously 40%. Nerf. Okay. New notes. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of stuff. All right, here we go. We're zooming in. Some people asked that I zoom in on the notes. Artillery and Ripwire Ballista now have an aggro range of 8 meters, previously 6. Buff. Okay, so they attack things from farther away. That's good. Artillery Ballista now fires 3 projectiles, previously 1. Giga buff. That's a 3x buff. Tactician, guys. Holy tactician. Lightning arrow now fires beams at up to 2 to 4 additional enemies near the target at gem levels 1 to 20, previously 2 at all levels. Nice. Quality now provides 0 to 40% more shock chance, previously fires beams up to 0 to 2 additional enemies near the target. Wow. Well, that's a buff to lightning arrow too, but we don't know the damage. Dang. Siege Cascade now has 200% more damage against immobilized enemies, previously 50%. Tactician buffs, guys. Quality is now 0 to 80% more damage against immobilized enemies. More damage? What is going on? Were people not going to play Tactician? Holy crap. Here we go. Wind Dancer's Gale Force has had the knockback resistance reduced. Arcane Surge now causes you to gain Arcane Surge for 10 seconds after spending a total of 100% of your maximum mana on supported skills. Previously 8 seconds. Slight buff. Okay. Break Endurance now provides a 40% chance to gain an endurance charge when supported skills fully break armor. Previously 20. Look at the buffs. Guys, buff after buff after buff. Are people excited? A lot of buffs. Okay. Break Posture now has days, lasts for 8 seconds, previously 6. Buff. Bursting Plagues triggered Plague Burst Pulse now has a base critical chance of 5%. Okay. Combo Finisher now causes supported skills to lose combo if you generate no combo for 4 seconds, previously 8. Uh-oh. That's a nerf. Comorbidity now causes supported skills to have 20% less poison duration. Okay. Buff. Honk Effect now causes supported skills to deal 30% more area damage, previously 40%. Big nerf. Big nerf. I skipped it. What did I skip? I skipped something? Arcane Tempo is a massive nerf. Oh, I skipped Arcane Tempo. Arcane Tempo now causes supported skills to have 20% more cast speed, previously 25%. That's a 5% nerf. That's not massive. I mean, it's okay. It's not massive. Decaying Hex now causes supported skills to inflict decay, dealing 100% of int as chaos damage per second for 8 seconds, previously 60. Ooh, Chaos Caster buff, sorry. Demo now causes supported skills to break 50% more armor, previously 40. Energy Retention now has a cost multiplier of 110, previously 100. Ooh, nerf. Execute buff by 10%. Expanse nerfed a little bit. More cooldown. Extraction now causes supported skills to gain 35% of damage with extra chaos, previously 25. They are really buffing the chaos archetype. Look at that. Okay. Fork now causes projectiles from supported skills to deal 30% less damage after forking, previously 50%. Whoa. Whoa. There you go. Here you go. Maybe they felt bad for killing like Hex Blast and everything. That's why they're doing the chaos stuff. Fork now causes Frost Nexus, even more buffs. Now causes supported skills to create shield ground for 8 seconds when they freeze. Previously 4. Yeah, big buff. Ice Bite. Now has attacks 35% of damages cold damage for 5 seconds on freezing an enemy with supported skills. Previously 3. Wow, big buff for Ice Bite. Impending Dooms triggered Doom Blast. Now has a base critical chance of 7. Previously 5. Yeah, guys, they are buffing chaos stuff. Innervate now has attacks gain 35% of damage for 5 instead of 3. Okay. 30% less cost instead of 40. That's a little bit of a nerf on inspiration. Lasting Shock now has a cost multi of 100, previously 120. And now causes supported skills to have 30% less chance to shock, previously 20. Oh, dang. Life Thief now has Leech 8% of 8% Fizz attack damage from supported skills as life, previously 6. Long Shot now causes supported skills to deal 30% more attack damage to enemies further than 7 meters from you, scaling down to no bonus at 3.5 or closer, previously 35. Okay. Oh my gosh. Martial Tempo. Holy. Hey, what's going on, Scrimps? What's happening, man? Thank you. Appreciate it. Got a good haircut going on. Holy crap. Martial Tempo. 10% nerf. 30 to 20. All right. I wasn't pissed yesterday, but that personally affects my monk. So now I'm pissed. I'm just kidding. That's a big nerf, though. There might be other support gems coming in, though, that you're able to, you know, empower with this. Or they just, you know, I think everything's over. That's actually the biggest nerf I've seen so far. Yikes. Monk's dead. Minion Pact. Oh, not another minion nerf. Oh my god. Minion Pact now causes supported skills to remove 100% of your maximum life from nearby minion on use to deal 30% more damage. Previously 40%. Oh! Minions 100% dead. Gazzy. Gotta watch out for Gazzy. Make sure he's okay. Pierce now causes projectiles from supported skills to deal 20% less damage if they pierced an enemy, previously 30%. Hey, Deadeye's getting a lot of buffs, people. Also, projectiles are getting buffs. I wonder if it's because the Amazon... Oh, here you go.
The ancestors
Here you
will
go.
remember your
Here.
actions.
Yo. What ancestors will remember? What's Haku saying? Yo, Silver XYZ with the raid. Silver, man. Thank you so much, man. How you doing? Oh, hashtag shout out at Silver XYZ. Is that how I do it? Ah, I did it right. Go check out Silver XYZ. Love the guy. What are your thoughts on everything, Silver? I haven't seen them yet. Appreciate the raid, man. Hey, mate, going to try to get some sleep finally. I will see you tomorrow for login day. What was I gonna say? Oh, you guys ready for conspiracy theory time? All the projectile stuff isn't being touched because all the MTX and the mystery boxes are going to be spear MTX. And they want people to buy those new mystery boxes. Oh, yo. I'm just kidding. Kinda. No, actually not kidding. Kinda. I'm half on that. That is a big tinfoil hat theory, okay? There's no basis in that. We'll see, though. 2 build ideas we just worked on. Poison Lightning Chonk. Oh, baby. Flame Spear Warbringer. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. That's pretty awesome, man. Which one are you leaning toward? YouTube chat, for some reason, is not appearing in my stream chat, and it's making me mad. Okay, back to patch notes. Chonk for life. Let's go, baby. Gotta play that chonk. Okay, Stomping... Okay, where is it? Soul Thief now has Leech 8% of Fizz attack damage from supported skills as mana, previously 5. Buff. Stomping Grounds triggered shockwaves now have a base critical hit chance of 5. Swift Affliction now causes supported skills to deal 30% more non-amlin damage over time, previously 35%. That's a 5% nerf to dots. Oh, that's awesome. You're doing group SF? Very cool, dude. Okay. Look at it. See, patch notes, you know, pretty good. Pretty good. We'll bring YouTube back on. Because YouTube, I can't why is your pain over, Veladis? What's happening, dude? You okay? What's wrong, Vladis? Okay. Oh, 19 hours to go. All right, guys. I just cut an hour working on the game again and again and just finished for the day. Nice. All right. Yeah, my multi-stream, I can't see the YouTube chat in it. I can only see the YouTube chat on top of my screen. So, oh, the PC update is up? Really? Oh. Well, dang. Interesting. I don't see anything. Let's see. Thank you, Silver. Yeah, I will get some sleep tonight, hopefully. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything yet. Okay, let's see. Anything else on the tubes? I don't see anything yet. Is there anything here? Okay. Silver, it says you're still live on YouTube, by the way. I see my own stream. Your PS5 just downloaded. Oh, log in. Heck yeah. That's bigly. That's very bigly. Okay. All right. Okay. You will go to sleep. Good night. Well, good night, Savag. Update drops right as I finish the last shift of the week calculated. Yeah. The update drops in 19 hours, 47 minutes. We trimmed an hour off, you guys. And yeah, I think my plan, everybody, I'm just going, I'm going to wing it in game. I'm not even, if the gems are data mined, if the uniques are somehow found, which I don't think they will be, I am going in fresh and blind, and my experience is just good. It's a brand new game. Anybody else just treating this like a brand new Path of Exile to launch, like a relaunch of PoE 2, I actually think that's how you should treat it. I'm not even exaggerating. I watched Dreamcore's video. It was awesome. I already watched it. Forget everything you know. For tomorrow, it all changes. I'm going in blind. Going in blind. I am using the standalone. I don't use Steam. I don't count as a number for GGG. Oh, thank you, Wigton. I appreciate it. Yeah, I listened to the Dreamcore video today during work. Do I have a favorite fight OST in the game? Yeah. You want to hear it? Shocking, guys. Absolutely shocking. This is my favorite fight OST. I've always played standalone on Path of Exile. I've never been hacked. Are people saying they're going to hack me now that I play standalone? Oh, no. Jin John, what's going on, dude? Thanks. Appreciate it. I had to get ready for league start. So, had to cut everything off. New bosses to fight too. I'm super excited. It's hard to truly just forget everything, though. You know, I want to be positive, but the patch notes didn't really inspire confidence in any way. I sincerely hope I'm wrong and have a blast. So, I'm curious. In, like, Path of Exile 1... I mean, I guess that game stayed kind of samey for a while. But in a live service game, right, especially one that's in early access and we're supposed to get a lot of changes, I feel like this is, I mean, this is what I expected and what I signed up for. I didn't think we were going to get it. I thought they weren't going to have the guts to do this, but I was wrong. Yo, Kamikaze. Very nice name. Thanks for the T1 sub, dude. I appreciate it. Hope you're excited for League start. So in early access, right, everything can be super, super fluid, right? I didn't think they were going to do it after how they handled the first 4 months. But man, they eviscerated everything. I guess in games like, I'll use Dota 2 and Path of Exile 1 as examples. Live service games that constantly have the meta shifted. I guess you are right that in, for example, in Dota 2, they have completely game-altering patches, but you still have that base of knowledge in there, right? And as much as the game changes, the more it really fundamentally just stays the same, and you feel really safe with how you play, how you can educate others, all that sort of stuff, right? Path of Exile 1, I think is pretty much the same. Now with Path of Exile 2, I know a lot of people are very scared about this, right? And I myself am saying everything has changed, forget everything you know. I think that's hyperbole, right? I think that's a little bit of hyperbole because you have learned so much. We have all learned so much playing this game, even though so much has changed balance-wise and we don't necessarily have the numbers, and that was a choice for them to not provide all the gem numbers. We still know a ton about the game, far more than we did when 010 launched. And I know a lot of people are just, very scared that nothing is going to be this, like, I don't know. I think now is the time for radical shifts. That was a really long-winded way of saying that. Oh, here we go. Here it is. It's not the amount of changes. I'm totally okay with all the meta stuff being shaken up. It's the nerfs to things that weren't even meta. What I think is happening there is they're preemptively changing those because of new support gems or because the gem values could be buffed drastically. That's copium, right? I might be totally wrong. But the thing is, we only really saw the nerfing of high level as in, a 10,000 foot view of things. We didn't actually see all of the nitty gritty damage, nerfs, buffs, changes, and all the rest. So I almost feel like it's really hard to say if those playstyles or gems or skills were truly dumpstered until Friday, which was a choice. Like, here, expect Twitch drop tomorrow. They goofed and now we know it's coming. We're definitely going to get a Twitch drop, right? Here's the thing. What do you guys like? I don't care. I don't care. Like, because I don't plan builds. So I don't care about seeing all the gem info. Are you guys upset about them not putting in the gem info? Or do you prefer going in blind? What do you guys think? I know a lot of people think. People coming to PoE 2 expecting not to start a new character each league. Wild expectations, I say. I can see YouTube chat on my Streamlabs screen. I can't see it on my chat screen for some reason. Refresh chat. Okay, I just refreshed my chat. Can I see it now? Okay, I'm going to show you. I can see YouTube chat now. I can see YouTube chat now. You're upset. I definitely think they should have shared some of the positives with us. People get more excited for good things than bad things. Blind, more or less. Yeah, I'm going blind. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. To be fair, try. Steam is for gamers. There's constant showing player ratings on games is a huge plus. Other platforms don't do that. Yeah, I don't use Steam a lot. That's it. I just use the standalone. Blind. Bad vibes from the interview and the patch notes. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Here, I'll show you my other favorite boss fight, you guys. Boss fight music. Where do we have it? Where is it? I don't see it. Okay. Arbiter of Ash PoE 2. There we go. This is my other favorite boss fight music. Nerfs are positive. I do agree. You're going to fail. It's part of the process. Great changes. Games have to have character. Otherwise, PoE won't extend it. I don't want to go blind into the game. It punishes you too hard if you go with wrong build, and then you don't have time to restart from the start. Yeah. I still have Divine Power going in the background. Very nice. Well, on release, people were going blind and crying how hard the bosses were. Yeah, some people were. That's true. I'm just excited to learn everything. I don't know. I understand your perspective, Scrimps, and a lot of other people's perspectives. I really do. I'm hoping you guys end up liking it. I really do. I know you're really excited and positive about it. The 100 uniques being added to the game could completely shake everything up. So though the notes seem like nerfs, who knows the combos we can pull off. Same with the support gems, right? And these uniques are supposed to be end game centric. Let's see if they hit the mark. Watch Nerf Boys, Nerf Boys. I'll watch it off stream. I just don't want to get like DMCA'd or anything, you guys. I think they added the loot song. It's funny. Okay. I just want to know why life got nerfed. You aren't fixing that with support gems. Okay. One thing that I'm shocked about. Blood Mage didn't get touched. I'm shocked that the first 2 nodes on Blood Mage weren't touched. Am I missing something? Okay, no, I know Blood Mage got touched. Okay, I understand. I meant the first 2 nodes. Sanguimancy. The nodes you have to take first. No, the first 2 nodes didn't, right? Doesn't it makes mana cost, life cost, and it gives you life remnants? I was shocked. There will be 36 ascendancies. I think it's okay to have 1 ascendancy with mandatory nodes. Totally. It's just they're kind of they hurt. Are there ways to scale, like you spend life and you deal more damage? Like is there a positive with just those first 2 nodes? Is it even possible to brick in any stage of PoE 2? Not with respecs in the game being as cheap. They are pretty cheap now, guys. They're pretty cheap now, and they are basically meaningless once you get a character into the end game. Yo, what's going on, King Kongor? Blind of Exile 2? Oh yeah, dude. Are you trying to go in pretty much blind, or do you have a build theory crafted and ready to go? I just have an archetype. I want to be the Amazon, and I want to make Ice Amazon work. And if it fails, it fails. It's so cheap. Anything before maps, it's free. Oh, I even think it's cheap in maps. You make so much gold in maps. Added the ability to lock your main hand, offhand, or both so that you can use the same weapon sets. Did they get that in? Oh, yeah, they didn't get it in yet. That's right. Oh, guys, drops aren't actually in yet. I'm not advertising drops, right? Drops should be coming tomorrow. I'm shocked they haven't announced them. Maybe I should ping their marketing team. Well, I just go speedrun Kitava style and eventually go Spears. Okay. I was thinking you were talking about speedrunning Kitava in PoE 1, and I was confused for a sec. But no, you're going Smith and Kitava. Got it. You got this, man. It's a deer pet? Drops got released? What? Where are drops? They didn't post it on Twitter. Oh, they started the drops a little while ago? And they removed them. Oh, it's an... Oh, at 3, but they removed it? Ah, okay. Darth had it on his channel a bit. Oh, okay. Man, this part of the theme is so good. So good. Oh, Arbiter of Ash. Well, you know what it is. You know what the Asmeri deer pet is, right, guys? It's obvious what it is. Yeah?
So blowing calamity allows.
It's this guy, right? It's that. Yeah? Probably that. You think so? That's probably it. Asmeri noble deer pet. That looks like a noble deer. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, Hirok. Now I understand what you were saying earlier. I see. I see. Did some people get the drop already? That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Nice. It's Jonathan. Oh, Mr. Saru, you got it. Oh no, it's not that. It looks cooler than that. That's cool. It has a spear. It has a spear. Look at this. I got a freaking spear. What? Dude, that's cool. I like it. All right, gotta get that drop. Gotta get that drop. Okay. Wouldn't it be interesting if that was a road skin? A Roa skin? True. A nod to a mount skin? Guys, what if it's not actually a pet, but it's a mount skin? I am not going to watch it on stream, Guitarholic. I'll watch it off stream. I can link it in the chat, though. Hog released a video. Sounds cool. I did take time off from work. So actually, guys, I have an announcement to make. Okay? I did take time off work. And actually, I took tomorrow off. Then I have next week. Oh, you guys get spoilers. Look, I'm interviewing Palsteron next week. I haven't told my team yet that. My moderators. But then I also took off. I took a week off, dudes. Because I am burnt out from work. I took a freaking week off. April 17th. I can't even do this. All day. I took that entire time off. I'm so burnt out from work. I have to put in PTO 2 weeks out. So I got it in today. So I'm taking off literally that day. I have weekend, that day. And then another, I've got like 13 days off, dudes. We gonna blast. We're gonna get Arbiter on stream, yo. We're gonna do it, okay? I don't care. We're gonna do it. MTX is microtransactions. I wish I could take a week off. I haven't had more than 5 days off in a row in 3 years. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm lucky. I've got a good team, a good team that can cover for me. Better have a tan when it's over. I mean, I will play outside. It's gonna be nice. We'll probably do some things outside. My wife and I. Your birthday is the 19th of April. Well, happy early birthday. But I'm pretty excited. I just said it. My wife told me. She just said, "Hey," I almost said my name. "Hey, try. Why don't you just do it? Why don't you just take a week off? You're obviously extremely stressed. Just do it, and you can stream and play and chill." And I was like, "This a trap? What do you mean?" And she's like, "No, just do it. Just take it off, and we can chill. I can play." I'm very excited. I'm a director of paid media. I do marketing and employment. So I won't get political, but things are very stressful right now. Very stressful. My job. Don't dox myself. No, I've said my real name before. It doesn't matter. No, it's not a trap. Act 2 encampment music from PoE 1 beta. Go, 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 go. Subathon. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do a subathon. No. There's some rumblings. Maybe a subathon later this year. That would be kind of fun. We'll see. We'll see, you guys. A lot of extra time with my kids. It's gonna be great. A lot of chill time. I'm disappointed we aren't going to be able to dual wield spears. You're disappointed we aren't going to be able to dual wield spears yet. All right. Takes 2 weeks off, starts a subathon. Doesn't really. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about doing that. I'm going to go Amazon. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Amazon's my starter. We can't what? We can't dual wield spears. No. No. There's not two-handed spears. No. Yeah, it doesn't really get 2 weeks off. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I actually want the time off. Yeah. I'll stream a few hours every day just because I'm going to play, probably. It'll be really fun. I'm pretty hyped, dudes. It's going to be good. I doxed my hotel when I went to the PoE2 beta. I was able to pinpoint the building and even the floor to an error margin of 1 room distance. Yeah, well, it was public. I mean, they said we could share everything, so it was fine. It was fine. It was a very nice hotel. Guys, that'd be so cool if Grinding Gear Games did that again. That would be so cool. I don't think it's going to happen again. But you guys know, hey, next ExileCon, I'm buying a ticket. Or I'm asking, GGG, invite me, please. I want to be there. Do you guys think they're going to do another ExileCon? Now that I say that, do you guys think they're going to do another ExileCon? What do you guys think about that? You think so? For sure? Absolutely. What are our offhand options? Nothing in your offhand, a buckler, or a shield. No, but I would definitely go. Oh, gosh. Boy band haircut. I have the boy band haircut. What? Pretty sure they would just not in the future with PoE2 being a heavy load. Yeah. Probably next year. Worried it might get really corporatized. That's, see, Nico Jones is, I hope it doesn't get too corporatized. I hope that it happens. I think it'll be a while. They said it takes a ton of resources off the dev team to put one on. Yeah. And the dev team is incredibly busy, as we all know. That is when they will announce PoE3. Very true. Not even a scepter? Okay, wait. Sushi Leaf? Dude, I don't know. You might be able to wield a scepter. I'm not sure. Try, what's the chance of you having future interviews with the devs? I think you got good balance for interviews. A very good chance. I was supposed to have one this cycle, but they just got really, really busy. And, you know, they're going with the big creators, which I totally don't fault them for, right? Why go with Tiny Me when you can talk to DM and Gazzy and Zizaran and everything? So maybe next cycle, I'm going to reach out one more time. One more time, I'll control myself and see if they're up for a post-patch interview. And if they are, cool. If they're not, then I will reach out when 0.3 is rolling around. But yeah, I've chatted with Jonathan quite a bit. I've never talked to Mark. I wonder if Mark doesn't like me. Because I am not a blaster. And I'm not like, I don't have the greatest grip on the game. Now I'm thinking, it's never been like, oh, Mark and Jonathan would like to do an interview with you. It's always been, oh, Jonathan would like to do an interview with you. Got to talk to Mark. Got to chat with Mark. Yeah, everybody's great. The only limitation is that spears cannot be dual wielded. Oh, so you can wield a scepter? Yo, that's cool. The new snip looking fresh. Thanks, Pixel Perspectives. I appreciate that, dude. I am a filthy casual in Mark's eyes. Mark's probably like, how long did it take you to do Arbiter Try? Oh my god, wait a second. You didn't allocate your boss passives and you played for 300 hours with 150 of those hours being an endgame? Oh my god, Try. Yeah, I imagine that's how that would go. Oh, disaster. Well, if it makes you feel any better, neither of them have ever wanted to do an interview with me. It does make me better make me feel better, Mufun. Thank you, Mufun. I appreciate it. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. We got the drops, Exiles. We got the drops. Celebrate the launch of PoE 2 with us by tuning into your favorite Twitch stream. We'll be running 2 weeks of Twitch drops. Check them out below. Let's freaking go. Oh my gosh. Summon Roa. Oh baby. Oh baby. Here we go. The Mount MTX are already coming, Exiles. Holy.
Marion Dare has a deep connection to the spirit. And is this noble as Marion Dare has a deep connection to the spirit and is an ideal companion for huntresses and others alike. It comes equipped with a reserve of spears and a buckler if you are ever in need. Purely cosmetic, of course. When approaching waypoints and checkpoints, the Asmarian runes on the Dare will glow to act as a wayfinder on your journey throughout Rayclast.
They're just so thematic and cool. Heck yeah. Dude, their microtransactions are awesome. All right, you guys better watch me tomorrow. You better watch me tomorrow. I'm going to have this drop going. All right?
Embrace the hunt and show your trophy kill for all others to see with the Hunter's Trophy back attachment. A true hunter or huntress masters the way of the hunt from all cultures of Rayclast, even the Maraketh. Use these tactics by equipping your trusty Roa mount with the durable armor of the Maraketh Honor Guard. You can earn all of these in-game cosmetics by watching any Twitch channel in the Path of Exile 2 category. Just tune into your favorite streamer for the required duration after the release of Dawn of the Hunt.
That's me. That's me, guys. That's me.
All of these are purely cosmetic and do not affect your power or progression in any way.
All right, so it took us that long. Very cool. Very cool. Very excited for that. Oh, shit. Oh, thank God I can edit it. Come get mounted. Oh. Oh. Come get mounted up. That would have... Yeah. Yikes. Don't come get mounted. Jesus. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Jesus Christ. Bear Mount win. Imagine riding a druid before the druid comes out. Oh my God. You also said deep rote. Oh no. Rote Mount enters game. Oh no. It would be epic if it was a mount skin. Well, if you're Jesus Christ. Oopsie. Oh, I did completely F that up, didn't I? Delete. I'll delete that. Row mount. Arrives. Triceratops mount one day. It's happening, dudes. It's totally happening. Oh, yeah. Frosty's gonna have a field day. Frosty might have a daughter here, guys. Frosty has a daughter that she might be born. I don't know. I haven't chatted with him. But okay. All right, it's pay to win. It tells you where the waypoints are. Unfair advantage. This is the beginning of the end for GGG. Nah. Get clipped? I know when you guys clip me. Nobody clips it. There's no way. There's no clip. Okay. I'm going to try to tame the Triceratops beast. 100%. Just got home from work. Is patch live yet? The patch is live in 19 hours, 18 minutes, 43 seconds. You clipped that, by the way. Okay, well, I'll take a look at the clip then. Dang it. Okay, Exiles. Here's the deal. Okay? Tonight, lots of sleep. Hopefully. Pumping iron, running, getting lots of sleep. Tomorrow, streaming on Twitch and YouTube starting in the AM, early morning. Probably 9 or 10 o'clock my time, so about 5 hours before the patch goes live. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. Tomorrow is going to probably be one of my longest streams of all time. I intend to get all the way to endgame in the first stream. We'll see if that actually plays out. If I don't, I don't. If I do, I do. If you want that Twitch drop, make sure to come to my stream. And if you want a chance at a supporter pack before the game launches, I'm giving away 2 supporter packs tomorrow that contain keys to early access. So if you have a loved one that wants to play, or if you don't have a key yet and you want to play, I will be giving those away free of charge. You don't need to follow or subscribe or anything. You just need to be here. So I'll be doing that. Yeah, but I'm gonna be chilling out. Okay. So yeah, come watch Try Get Mounted tomorrow. I'm gonna mount up on some Roas. You guys can all get yourselves some Roas. It's gonna be a super fun day. Okay, we can all fail together. And as always, I will preface with this: the best way to play this patch is playing blind with no other people on your monitors. The second best way to play is watching me. So I gotta be really selfish, you know. I can't put myself, you know, below other people. You gotta watch me, okay? I'm your guy. All right. We got anybody up? We've got Gazzy. Do we have Arrow up? Is Arrow streaming? Arrow is not streaming. I'm shocked Arrow isn't streaming. Who are we gonna raid? All right, we'll raid Gazzy. Yeah, guys, Gazzy's gonna be sad about minions. Have fun. He's speculating about minions. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Seriously, it's gonna be a fun day. Chill. Stay sane.